Wow, it was supposed to be cooler today, and it is still hot. This is Isolation Protocol Day 81, Friday, June something or other, and I am Kelly. Uh, Went to the post office near my house, and it was not open due to damage. I'm not sure what the damage was because it looked like fine on the inside, no broken windows, nothing. But I don't know, maybe they were afraid of damage. I don't know. But it was in a neighborhood where there was a sideshow last night. Not a protest, not a riot, nothing, just the regular summer evening sideshows. For those of you who don't know, a sideshow is where a bunch of kids and people in their 20s maybe show up with or without vehicles, mostly with, congregate in huge crowds and do tricks with their cars, like spinning donuts and things like that, and just a big social party that sometimes can get louder than loud. I heard it last night, and I am about a mile and a half from the post office, so yeah, I saw all the tire marks and stuff in the street right in front of the post office, so maybe there was some damage inside, I don't know. Anyhow, so I went to another post office and the line was 2 blocks long. I cannot stand up that long. So I went inside to grab a customs form, and the forms rack was empty. The counter had a sign on it that says, "Do not use the counter." So I wasn't going to get in line and stand there and wait to see if they had the customs forms and stuff that I needed, which they didn't. So I'm glad I poked my head in first. Yeah, you have to go up to the counter for everything. They don't want any of this, even the envelopes and boxes and stuff like that, you have to ask for at the counter. And with a line that long, I couldn't do it. So I drove to my hometown, little tiny town, or it's not quite little tiny, small town, and I was kind of shocked to see so many things boarded up here, and then I realized it was the liquor store, a hardware store, actually a couple of liquor stores, a hardware store, a bank, a check cashing place, things like that. Things that are kind of attractive to looters. Most of the place was open for business and nothing going on. Lots of people around. I was able to walk right into the post office, asked where the forms were. He pointed them to me, but then he says, "Here, let me just hand you one." And then he says, "Don't bother standing in line if there is a line," which at that time there wasn't. He says, if there is a line, just come straight back up to me. Really, really nice. So I went over to the counter, filled out the form, brought it right back up to him. By that point, there was a line. Yeah, there was one person in line, and it was someone I knew. And as I was leaving, someone else I knew was in line, and that's the problems with a small town. Everybody knows everybody. And my knees are killing me from standing there talking to him at a distance of about, 8 feet. And just talking to him for 5 minutes. So, yeah, my knees are killing me. They are throbbing. So I pulled over and grabbed an iced coffee. And, yep, drinking an iced coffee. Where's my iced coffee? Iced coffee. Because even though the weather report was supposed to be temperatures in about 68 to 69 degrees, it is hot. It is still hot out here. Wow, and it's also glary. Even though it's overcast, there is a lot of glare. So, anyhow, it is loud out here because I'm real close to the freeway. And there is a helicopter over the freeway because apparently commute traffic is building up again, and this is usually where it bogs down right before it goes over the hill. So, yeah, there's a news reporter up above, probably doing a traffic report, and it's loud. It is loud. So, I don't want to turn on the car and run the air conditioner because that's just as loud. So I'm going to call it quits at that. One more quick note. I did get a lot of crocheting done this morning. Didn't sleep very well last night again. Fell asleep sometime around 3 and didn't wake up until about 11, and at that point I was just stiff and sore. The dogs slept pressed right up against me. The reason I didn't fall asleep early was because there were so many fireworks going off. And you can tell they're fireworks because they go boom, and then there's a whoosh and a pop, and then crackle, crackle, crackle. Yeah, definitely fireworks. And when I finally got up and looked outside, I could even see some of them going off. This usually happens for about a month before 4th of July, and again about a month before New Year's Eve. And 4th of July and New Year's Eve, it usually starts just before sunset, where it gets really bad, and it goes for maybe 2 days. It's just nonstop fireworks going off. And I'm not talking little, safe and sane stuff or the little sparklers or whatever. I'm talking big commercial mortars. Last year, there was a truck that pulled up into the middle of my court. Little tiny circle, only 4 houses on it. 5, I guess. One of them has the address on the other side street, but most of the house is down our court. And then the backside of a church down at the end of the court. So it's quiet, little dead-end street, dark. There's no street lights. There's supposed to be one, but it hasn't worked in 5 years. And pickup truck pulled up, and out of the bed of the truck, they started lighting off mortars. And I'm thinking, out of the bed of your truck, directly over the gas tank, you're lighting off explosives. Because, that's what those mortar launchers are. They are explosives. They are cannons. And set off a couple of those, rattled my windows like crazy when they set off, rattled my dogs even worse. And it was kind of fun being directly underneath them, but when those mortars fall back to ground, which, parts of them do, they can cause damage. So, they let off a few, and then they took off, and a couple of blocks away, I saw a few more going up. They do that to avoid the police. We have shot spotter or something like that, which are microphones set up all over the city that can zero in and triangulate a location of gunshots, and they use that to find out who's letting off these illegal fireworks. But when you're traveling from one street to another real fast and lighting them off out of a vehicle, you're gone long before the police can show up there. Even though I'm just a few blocks from the police station, they couldn't get there in time. What else? Anything else? Yeah, crocheting. I did a lot of knitting and crocheting this morning, just because I was so tired and stiff and sore from the dog sleeping pressed up against me, and managed to hit up 3 different post offices before I was able to find one that I could actually use. Anything else? Tomorrow I will be reading a scene that I'm having problems with from Girl Unseen, and I really look forward to you emailing me or IMing me from either YouTube or Facebook. I usually don't do Twitter or Instagram on a regular basis, so Facebook or YouTube are the best way to contact me. Or if you know my phone number, just go ahead and send me text messages and let me know what you think and whether or not that scene needs a lot of work, should be dumped. Kind of curious. It's a scene that that I don't like, but I think it needs to stay in, so I'm really conflicted about it. So let me know, and once I finish that and a couple more plot holes that I discovered, I'm going to be sending it on off to my editor. All right, that's it for Isolation Protocol, day 81. I will catch you tomorrow. Bye.